Alright, Battle Tactic fans, it's 1945 November. USSR and the Communist China foreign forces, they become the Sino-Soviet Union. Yes, SSU, they are in. Finally, we've been waiting for these for 2 years now. And a third faction, so if you're not familiar, which you should be if you're watching this video, Dust Tactics and now Dust Warfare has three factions. They have the Axis, which are the Germans, and there is one or two Japanese models that you can get for the Dust Tactics, but aren't official. And then you have the Allies, which is right now the US, and you got the British paratroopers. So Allies, Axis, and now the Sino-Soviet Union. And I just got these in, and I ordered the premium edition. They came from Dust Studios Limited, and you can get them from dust-models.com, or you can get them from dustgames.com, and that'll redirect you to the website. So let's do an unboxing here. What did we get in the box? I know you guys like to watch cutting through, unwrapping. I know if you're as excited as I am right now. I've been waiting for these to come in, and they finally showed up on the doorstep today. And then all day I've been waiting to open them, but I waited just for you fans to open them. And in this box is all the SSU units. And I got a little extra. So let's start with, and I'm not even going to say the Russian name, but these are the SSU Close Combat Squad. I'll let you guys figure out and pronounce the main names. So let's take a closer look at these guys. And now these are the premium editions. These aren't the Dust Tactics boxes. Usually Dust Tactics comes in a box like this. These, again, Dust Tactics, Dust Warfare. These are premium edition, hand painted from dustmodels.com. So that's the SSU Close Combat. Now we have the SSU Battle Squad, the SSU Command Squad, and yes, the SSU Airborne Transporter with the Chinese Volunteers. Oh, I don't know if you guys are excited as I am, but I am excited to get all this in. Finally, a third faction. Got some nice postcards with the Russian pictures on them. Very cool, very cool. I ended up getting a premium edition ammo dump crates. That's extra. That's not the SSUs. And the expansion. Premium edition expansion, which gives you the hero and the walker. The hero is, I know we got her name in here, but when I open it, it is Kushka is the hero, and the walker is Grandma. We'll open this up and unravel each one. Alright, so that's the main box. That's everything that came in. Now let's go over to the individual boxes. Okay, so I've unwrapped the outside of all the boxes just to make the video go a little bit faster so we can get through all the units. Again, these are the premium edition. They're not the ones that come from Fantasy Flight, the pre-primed miniatures. These ones are actually hand painted. So if you're new to the game, this is how the miniatures come. They come in a plastic case with a card. These are the SSU Battle Squad, and I'll get a close-up of the picture here with the close-up camera. Comes with the card, and it comes with each individual miniatures in a little bag like this. Okay, I've undone all the other bags just to get through it, but they come in a little Ziploc bag, and these are pre-painted, like I said. And let's get a shot with the close-up cam down here. The detail on these are pretty amazing. They have the knives, the bags, everything is painted. There's camouflage. So these ones are light green with brown camouflage. You can see, put the autofocus focus in there. You can see that the leader of the group there, how it has the you know, Russian hammer and symbol, or psi, I mean Russian hammer and psi, but the symbol is on there. All the knives painted up very nice. The bags are painted. All the magazines are painted. Very rich detail for, you know, pre-painted. Again, you can get them just primed, but I was lazy and wanted to get the premium edition. So let's look at the card. If we can look at the stats here, I'll give you a glimpse of what the stats look like for each one. And what's in place. So there's no special. These guys are 19 points. Again, this is the SSU Battle Squad. They are, let me zoom out a little bit. A 1 movement, 2 armor with 5 health points, because there's 5 miniatures in a unit. Again, that is the SSU Battle Squad. Now let's take a look at the SSU Close Combat Squad. Same box. Now these guys are nice because they have some Molotov cocktails, shotguns. These are close combat, close range. They have, instead of a flamethrower, they have a sulfur thrower, which is, you know, basically a flamethrower. But here is the card, and I'll put a close-up of that. And then here I've already unwrapped each one of the units so we can go through these. Alright, here's the sulfur guy. And we have, these guys have gas masks on, which are pretty cool. Shotgun, just plain shotgun troop. Another shotgun troop. And I'll show you some of the detail on these. I know everybody's been wondering, asking about the premium editions. What do they look like? And here's how they come. Here's the leader of the unit. He's got a shotgun as well. Again, close combat. And then here's a Molotov cocktail guy. And you can see he's throwing the Molotov cocktail. That's it, unit of 5, and here's their card. So let's see if I can get their the combat. There you go. See their card. They got a lot of specials. The Molotov cocktails, assault, sulfur weapon, is a flamethrower, and they are a 1 movement, 2 armor unit with 5 hit points. Okay, so that was close combat. Let's take a look at the next squad. The next squad is the command squad, which is basically exactly like the Axis or Allies command squad. They have a radio man, and they have a mechanic and a medic, and then a regular, usually a heavy arms type of troop, and then the leader. So we'll put the leader out first here. Actually, that's the radio man. Here is the leader of the squad. Here's the heavy arms guy. And here is the medic, which I think is probably one of the coolest units here. Try to focus in on him there. He's very cool. He's got a little medic mask on. He's got his glasses painted. He's carrying this regular machine gun. Looks like with a grenade launcher underneath of it. And here's the mechanic. And so the mechanic is a little different too. He's got this power tool that gives him a little special ability, which is pretty cool. A little bit. They switched up the command squad a little bit. Look in the rule book. They switched each one of the mechanic and the medic up a little bit. So that is the SSU command squad. Okay, let's take a look at their card real quick. They have the command squad ability, and they have artillery strike as their specials. Regular machine guns, and they have that DP MG, which is really nice because they take down airplanes. We'll see how that goes. And this power tool is devastating. Really changes up the command squad. Look at that weapons line. And then they do have knife and grenades, which is a little different because they can actually attack close combat armor 3, which the other command squads can't. And same soft, same hardcover. And they're 1 movement, 2 armor squad. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's try and move through this. Okay, the next one is the big airborne transporter. Next one is the big airborne transporter. So I left this one unboxed. I was kind of disappointed they put the sticker right in the front of the box, so I opened up the back of the box. And let's just see how this is packaged. So I took a sneak peek beforehand when I opened it up, and they packaged it very well. This is the first airborne unit, so I'm kind of excited about this because we've been waiting for troops to come, flying, planes, helicopters, whatever it is. We've been waiting for it. And it comes, each unit's in a bag. They're painted blue. Very cool. I'll open those up and put them on the close-up cam. And the helicopter comes in a couple parts. And it looks like I opened it up right, but I opened it up from the bottom because everything's right here. So here is the propeller, which is very decent size. I mean, if you look, that's a sufficient. I got a Allies Heavy Walker here. Propeller is, same circumference as the Allies Heavy Walker. Very cool. The base comes separate here. Here's the base. And 2 cards, one for the helicopter. It looks like the glass comes separate out of the helicopter. Now remember, this is pre-paint. This is painted, so it might come different in the regular Fantasy Flight models. So here is the helicopter. Let me put the windshield on real quick. So we see the full effect of it. So yeah, the windshield looks like it just goes in like this. Might have to put a little bit of glue on there. And then the prop, the blades are in. Blade spin, very cool. I mean, this is just a very nice. I know a lot of people were saying they didn't like the look of it. You can see the decals that are on here. I'm sure those decals will be on the regular pre-primed ones. Looks like a little bit of the paint. No, I think they did that on purpose. They kind of chipped off some of the paint there to give it that wear effect. But as you can see, Allied's Heavy Walker and the helicopter's pretty much, you know, right there on scale. If I grab a, here we go. Here's Steel Rain. Steel Rain in a helicopter. Kind of see the difference there. Okay, so here are the Chinese volunteers. So they have regular machine guns, and then they have just agile, which makes it pretty nice so they can move pretty fast across the board, and then they have knives and grenades. So they are armor 2s. They have 1 movement. They have a little bit different backpacks than the Russians. You see, it looks like they have parachutes. They all have the Russian symbol on them still. They're painted blue instead of the camouflage green. And one of the guys is throwing a grenade there, as you can see. Very nice detail on these. Now I'll take a close-up of the helicopter. So you can see the stand in the background there. And here it is. Here is the helicopter that everybody's been waiting for. You see, propeller moves. The Chinese star, got a little flower. I'm happy with it. Doesn't look as grasshoppery as the pictures. I think it's going to be very cool to use out there. I can't wait for the Dust Warfare stats to come out here. Should come out soon if they already have the units. But this is the helicopter. There's a scale to what the helicopter looks next to the troops. Kind of gives you an example of how high it is. I could throw it in Steel Rain. Kind of show you what Steel Rain looks like next to it. So I'll give you some height perspective of how high the helicopter is. Alright, let's clear these off. the next unit. Okay, so next we're going to open up Operation Zero Grad. I think that's how you say it. I'm not great in fluent in Russian, so that's what I'm going to say it is. Now in this you get a one-story building, and in the background of the close-ups you see the main building, but this is a one-story building. You get the hero, I think you pronounce her name is Kushka, and then the Walker grandma. Okay, so let's open it up and see how it's put together here. Everything comes, you get, oh, you also get a map, which I didn't know you get the map. You get a poster board. In fact, it looks like the poster board that comes in the revised set. So, nice poster. The bridge with the water. If you don't have tiles, you can use the poster then. Which is interesting that they would put that in there. Again, here's the other side. I see the only difference between this one and the revised edition, there's no building. So, there's that. There must be a special book. Here is the rules book. Has all the new units that are coming out for the SSU. Here's the special ops. It even shows all the other ones that aren't out yet. All of them are in here. Shows the new walkers for the Axis and for the Allies. Shows the other walkers. So it has all the new units are in here. And there's your new map that uses double bridges there. It looks very awesome. Can't wait to play that. That looks cool. It looks like a good. The map looks like it's a larger map, or the poster looks like it's a larger poster. Looks like some very good instructions to put the building together. Basically same rules as what were in the Cerberus, and then the new rules for the aircraft are in here. And check that out, that looks pretty cool, seeing those helicopters coming down. It's got the Sino-Soviet story. And that's the front of it. You guys probably have seen those pictures online. Now let's get to the actual packaging. So the building's all packaged in with the plastic. You get your 2 cards. Here's what the building looks like. It looks like the walker's not on the base yet. Now again, they might have done this because it's pre-painted, but I don't think so because it looks like everything fits in, so this is pre-painted. By the way, that's at the back. They're gold on the back instead of silver. So this is the one-story building. These look like the shoulder pads. I have Odo, so these are the shoulder pads that go to the walker. Underneath here is the floors for the building. So same floors as in the other buildings. You haven't got them yet. And then there's a nice cover over the actual walker and the miniature. Now, you're going to notice that the walker is very small compared to the other ones. Which I will surprise you when I show you the card. And I've said in my other videos to give a sneak peek after talking to one of the co-creators of Dust Warfare, Mac Martin. He let me in on a little secret that the walkers are 5 hit points. Armor 4 is 5 hit points, so that's a big advantage there for them. are a little advantage compared to what they're in place. So let me go to the close-up cam here. So here is the base that comes with the walker, and then it looks like you have to put him in there because they could be in different spots. So the walker just comes in. I have to put some glue on that, but let's just see if we can get them together here. There are 2 shoulder pads that go up on top there, kind of like shoulder pads, I say, with their armor that goes on top of the arm. Now your Dust Tactics, if you don't get the premium edition, they might come pre-assembled already. Again, these are the premium, so I don't know if there's a difference or not. Put the other arm. In the background, you see that is one of the painted buildings there. So this is a 3-story building. You get a 1-story in the expansion. The other armor on. And then here's his weapons. Each weapon comes separately like this. You just had to put them in the arm. Now if you buy the Odo model on dustmodels.com, you get all of, you can build any of the SSU walkers with it, which is very nice. And that's it. That's how he looks. That's what Grandma looks like full that you put together. Get his foot in the hole. Side view. You know, you can't see some of the detail, but there's some rust in there. The hatch is actually open because she actually pilots. So this hatch is partially open. See the flamethrower painted. I might have to adjust the arm a little bit because it is on the ground there. So that's interesting. They have the Soviet, or you know, this is the red star front, the light. And like I said, this is open right here. Now the hero, get her out of the wrapping. Her special weapon is a grenade weapon. And you can see the size difference between her and the walker. I actually think she's a lot smaller than, no, she ain't too bad. That's one of the guys. She's a little bit smaller than one of the guys. You can kind of see, get a close up of her. Got a nice cleavage shot there for you. Not much detail on her belt, you know, just the belt and the gun holster. She's wearing a helmet. And oh, she's got a grenade pistol. So let's look at their card real quick. Here is the walker's card. Again, like I said, it is 1 movement, armor 4 with 5 health points. Now it has one of those sulfur jets, so it can do a lot of damage to vehicles and it can do a lot of damage to troops. 6 range on its howitzer, which is nice, and it's not a reload weapon. Also has assault, which is very nice, doubles its movement, but it's a rare unit, and what rare unit means is that you cannot bring this one back with the command squad. And it has the howitzer grenade weapon, which means it ignores cover. Now let's look at the hero, Kashka, and she just has a 2 range She has a fighting spirit pilot. She has a grenade weapon, and she can pilot Grandma. So basically, she's inside the walker. Looks like they put the hero stats there. Armor 1 movement, armor 2, 4 hit points. She does have 4 hit points. And 18 for her. And it is 36 for the walker. Okay. That is the SSUs. So we just went through all the unpackaging of the SSUs. It's a premium edition. I really think the paint job, well worth the money in my case. You know, I painted most of my other ones, but it was nice just to get these out of the box. I mean, look how many units I had here. It would take me, you know, about a month to paint all these. And so I just paid the extra. I put some of the prices for what the premiums are on, you know, as I edit the video. And I'll go through the cards. We'll do reviews of each one of the units in the up and coming weeks. Please follow us at Battle Tactics TV on Twitter, and go to our Facebook page, which is Facebook/Dust Tactics. Real easy. And our website is in progress now. It is battletactics.tv. And please subscribe to the videos. Next week, I do weekly videos. Next week, I'm looking at reviewing some of the heavy walkers. I have all the units here, so I will pick some and we'll go through some of the other units that you get in the game. And oh, I am so excited. I've said it like 10 times now. Look at that. We have flight, gentlemen, flight. Finally, air units. An airborne transporter right here. Very nice. Can't wait for the bombers and the other ones to come out. But at least we have a third faction. And again, follow us, battletactics.tv, at battletactics.tv on Twitter, and Facebook/Dust Tactics on Facebook. See you next week.